Back out here this morning, it's like 30 degrees. We're gonna try to go start that pony again, so let's get right to it. Let's see if it'll turn over. You didn't put this in gear, did you?
I don't know.
Let's verify it's neutral.
Oh my. There it is.
What are you thinking? Huh? What are you doing? What are you doing?
That's a good one.
Today's project will be starting this road grader. So I bought this about a year ago and I really haven't touched it since. In fact, I haven't started it at all since I had it running in the last video, and that was, I think, the end of last year. I never got the pony engine running. We just pop started it. So today I want to try to get that running and see if it will engage and fire the big engine, and then we'll try to move it, obviously. So let's get right to it. So one of the problems I had last year with trying to get this thing started was I basically didn't have enough amps. I was just using the jump pack and it wasn't enough to really spin it fast enough. So today I have the jump pack, the starting marine battery, the deep cycle, the generator which is charging, and the jump pack which is assisting that battery. Hopefully with all this we'll have enough amps and we can maintain it long enough to get this thing started. Check this out. So I have the plug out of this side. Runs, but as soon as I put that plug in the other side, it won't run. So weird. I don't understand. And here's the problem. You would not have two valves open at the same time. So this valve, whichever one that is stuck open, and that was allowing gas to pour in. It's not, there's no compression. We're gonna tap on that, get that free, and put this all back together, and this thing should fire right up. And after some tapping, that's working as it should. the valve was stuck and it wasn't allowing to start. And then my mistake, I had switched these 2 wires in the magneto thinking that maybe they were wrong, and so I did that before I found the stuck valve. So it was actually firing on the exhaust stroke of the 4-cylinder. So once I switched them, it popped right off. So this thing's gonna run. I'm gonna throw some more gas up in there. I'm gonna throw some more water in there because I lost a bunch of water, and then we're gonna start this thing, and this thing is gonna run, and it is gonna run the diesel. Pressure gauge in this that worked or not. Awesome, awesome, freaking awesome. So I know it moves. We didn't move it today. The tires are flat. I don't have my air compressor out here. You'll have to trust me that it moves. If you don't believe me, there's a video to me buying this thing last year. It is on my channel, buying a road grader. So that's the first time I've ever had the pony running. The guy that I bought it from, I believe he only pop started it, which I can probably do, but it's kind of annoying. So to have that pony and this thing fires up, that is super, super nice. short trip, but it is cool to see this thing running. Well, I have this up here to do some work to it. Just a couple little things. Let's get this tire changed. These are a 3-piece rim, so there is a ring, a locking ring, then the main part of the rim, which just stays on while we do this. I guess there's an O-ring back there. I've never done this, so this ought to be really interesting. I beat on that thing for several hours actually, and finally got the rim off. I did get the ring free, but it is pretty seized onto the bead of the tire, so I think the easiest thing at this point is to just try to break it off with the dozer, the blade, or the skid steer. I'll try that first since it's here. Thing is just so rusted on, I kind of have to take extreme measures. I'm taking a vacation. Got that mostly apart. We just got to get this ring unstuck from the tire, which is going to be probably the hardest part so far. This thing is just totally rusted to this band. There's the 3-piece wheel. So the next step is I got to do some rebuilding on that wheel. Just gonna build it up with some metal. That's looking a lot better. I think that'll work. So I'm gonna make sure that there's no sharp edges on that, because obviously the tube's in there. We don't want that to pop. I'm also going to put the old tube around this rim. I'm going to cut it and put it around this rim to add an extra layer of protection in there. This is pretty smooth overall. I'm not feeling any sharp edges. There's a couple of these little batter balls I gotta get off of here, but nothing I'm concerned about. So we're getting there. A couple more things and we're gonna put this back together. So with the tire on now, let's add some air. A couple things with this, just safety wise, never stand in front of the split ring or split rim tires. Never really stand in front of any tire when you're filling it. If something lets go here, that ring will fly off the front and who knows what can happen. So we'll stand off to the side when we're filling this. Such a cool machine. Who else has a grader? Drop it down. So that tire seems to be holding up, I guess. I mean, moved it a little ways. Let's wash this thing. It's looking a lot better. Get that years of barnacles peeled off there. She looks pretty good. So months later here, back to try to start this and go do some road work with it. All right, and here is the finished product. So this never shows up well on camera, but this road was starting to creep in with the grass way up there, and the road was just getting super uneven and rutted up. The problem with roads, gravel roads, is that water sits on them and then it doesn't drain, and that's what creates potholes. So I just went back through here and made a few passes and just kind of graded everything back out so it's smooth again, and that saves wear and tear on your car and doesn't make it awful to drive on. There's some crusher down here that was put down years ago, but you know, dirt and sediment washes over top of it, and then grass grows up, and it just dirt roads need a ton of maintenance. That's just the unfortunate truth about them, but it came out pretty nice. That grader does a really nice job for how old it is. It's a really tight machine, and makes grading the road a nice experience, and it does a nice job. All right, well, I think I'm gonna end this video here. It's probably getting pretty long by now. This grader was a really big project that I took on. I mean, it's probably the biggest piece of equipment that I own. Super cool to have the opportunity to work on this thing, and fortunate enough to be able to get it running and be able to use it again. This grader will be for sale, I believe. As cool as it is, and as much as I'd love to see it stay around, I just don't have a tremendous amount of use for it, and I don't want to see it sit here on the edge of the property until the 2 times a year that I can use it. So if somebody's interested in buying this thing, you know, I'd probably sell it for, I don't know, 2,500 bucks. I think it's worth a lot more than that, but transporting this thing, I know, causes some logistical issues, and you know, depending on where you are, that would get pricey. So you know, if you're serious, feel free to shoot me an offer. I'll leave my email in the link below until it sells. Once it sells, I will try to remember to remove my email. Please only shoot me an email if you're serious about this. Again, I'm asking 2,500 bucks, and if you're local to me, I do have a couple of guys that could transport it for you on their low beds. And if you watch this video this far, I really appreciate it, guys. I have a ton of fun making these videos. I hope you guys enjoy watching them as much as I enjoy making them. What do you think? You like that thing, don't you? Sit. Hey, buddy. I just wanted to make a quick announcement. I see all these cool stories of projects you guys are working on in the comments, but I would love to see the projects that you guys are working on that you tell me about in the comments. So shoot me an email with a couple of pictures of 1 or 2 projects you've been working on, and I'm going to start featuring them at the end of the videos, and I'll feature 2 or 3 of those projects at the end of videos going forward for now. Thanks, guys.